So now at this point of the programme, I'd like to introduce Father Frank O'Day, who's the Limerick Diocesan Pilgrimage Director to Lourdes. Good morning, Father Frank.
Good morning, John.
Thanks a lot for joining us this morning. Now, of course, as people would know at this time of the year, the annual pilgrimage to Lourdes from the diocese usually takes effect and takes place. But because of COVID-19 restrictions this year, obviously that can't take place. So, Father Frank, you've got a few more things organised to keep people involved. Would you like to share some of those with us, please?
Well, thanks, John. First of all, to say a special word of thanks to West Limerick 102 and the Sacred Space programme for giving me this opportunity just to promote the diocesan pilgrimage. As you've just mentioned there, because of COVID, because of the coronavirus, the pilgrimage was cancelled for this year, which was a huge disappointment for so many people. Mm-hmm. The pilgrimage was due to start this coming Thursday. Normally the pilgrimage was beginning on the 18th of June. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled for this year. And before I go any further, maybe just to say a word of thanks to Canon Donald McNamara. Canon Donald was over 26 years diocesan director, and he did put a huge amount of work into promoting the pilgrimage. And so I suppose, took over that role at the beginning of this year, and unfortunately my very first task was to officially cancel the pilgrimage this year. But as you can imagine, many people were sorely disappointed that the pilgrimage didn't take place, because for many people who go to the pilgrimage every year, especially those who are ill and those who are housebound and maybe in nursing homes and so on, they really look forward to the pilgrimage each year because it's an opportunity for them to meet the same face, to meet the same people, to meet the helpers. So it's along with it being a religious experience, it's also a huge break for them, a time out of, I suppose, their normal routine, and they really looked forward. So it was really disappointing for them. And maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, people just said to me that there are masses on now on Facebook and on webcams. Would it be possible, they wondered, to have a virtual pilgrimage, to have a pilgrimage coinciding with the same times after ceremonies would have been taking place in Lourdes? So we got together, a few of us, the organisers got together, I suppose the responsibles for, there are three main groups. You have the nurses, you have the brancardiers, which help to carry the patients, or the assisted pilgrims, and then you have the handmaids who help out in the dining and in all that area. So we got together and we decided we'd put on this called the virtual pilgrimage, or a virtual gathering. So we're trying to correspond with the same dates and time, as closely as we can to the same times. So this coming Friday, Bishop Leahy will be, I suppose, launching our pilgrimage. The opening mass was always on the first morning after we arrived. So we'll be having our opening mass on this coming Friday the 19th at 12 o'clock in the cathedral. And then on Saturday the 20th at 12 o'clock. On Sunday then, and we're delighted that the Sacred Space in West Limerick 102 are allowing us to tap into their Mass, which will be Father Canon Tony Mullins will be saying Mass in Abbeyfield. So that will be our pilgrimage Mass on that morning. And then on Monday the 22nd will be our final Mass. Now also, so the other Masses will have a celebrant and will have a guest speaker, a person giving a reflection at each of those Masses. People who have been involved in Lourdes and people in different themes. And then on the afternoon, there was a morning session, you have a morning Mass, and you have an afternoon session as well. So the afternoon session will take place on the same dates, 19th, 20th and 21st, and those sessions will take place at 4:30. So they will include, we will have a washing of the hands, which is trying to replicate what happens at the Bats. We will have the Rosary, we will have Stations of the Cross, and also we will have Adoration of the Blessed Sacrament this coming Sunday, or this Sunday is the Feast of Corpus Christi. So we will be having Adoration of the Blessed Sacrament. And those ceremonies will take place at 4:30. And then a huge element to the Lourdes pilgrimage every year are the youth. every year we take out nearly 100 young people, and they assist with all the pilgrims. And a lovely ceremony what the youth get involved in is the closing ceremony. So we'll be having a special closing ceremony on Monday the 22nd, and now that will take place at 8 o'clock. Now, I've mentioned lots of times and dates and places there, but the easiest way to get all these details will be on our Limerick Diocesan webpage. That's www.limerickdiocese.org. So if people, those who are listening today, if they're not au fait with computers, maybe to get their family or friends to download the exact details of those various ceremonies. So I suppose it is, and the ceremonies then will be having readings, and we'll have live music, and as I said, there'll be a reflection on each of those days. So I suppose the Lourdes, as I said, the Lourdes, people talk about Lourdes as the Lourdes family. So as I said already, it's disappointing this year that we can't physically be in Lourdes, but we'll try to be in Lourdes virtually. And we will be getting involved through diocesan webpage, the diocesan Facebook page, and in some churches they have webcams. So they will broadcast as well. And also, thanks to Sacred Space and to yourself, Mass will be broadcast on this next Sunday at 10 o'clock. So they're just, as I said, they're the details. Now, maybe there are too many details to remember, but if you can, again, if I could direct you to the diocesan webpage, and all those details will be written out there.
Just one question there, Father Frank. If we go onto the diocesan webpage, can we get a connection to tap into each of those?
Yes, so we really. Now I'm far from an expert on digital media.
You're not doing bad now. You're not doing bad.
yeah. No, but there will be a direct link. So when you go into the webpage, there will be a link. I'm 99.9% sure of this. You get a link from the webpage to when the ceremony is on.
That'll be wonderful.
The ceremonies will be on live at those times at 12 o'clock for 3 days. Obviously, the Mass in Abbeyfield will be at 10.
Yeah.
And then they will be live at 4:30 on the first 3 days, and at 8 o'clock on the closing ceremony for 22nd. That should be a lovely ceremony because the youth really get involved, and Father Chris O'Donnell and Aoife will be coordinating that for this year. So it's in a sense, it's a way of keeping Lourdes alive and keeping the experience alive. Now, obviously, it won't be the same, the fact that people can't go there, but it's a way of acknowledging, and it's a way of, I suppose, acknowledging that it's such a big event for those who go there every year, and unfortunately they can't go this year, but it's some little token to get people involved. The ceremonies will be real. They won't be just token ceremonies. There will be real, the celebration of the Mass, and as I said, the Stations of the Cross, the bats, the closing ceremony, the Rosary, and the afternoon ceremonies probably will go on for about 25 minutes to half an hour.
That's great.
So I suppose, so this is probably as much as I can say. But I suppose again, maybe to say a word of thanks also to, I thank Canon Donald there, and there's also a word of thanks to the many volunteers. A huge amount of volunteers go out every year. I mentioned you have the nurses, you have the brancardiers, you have the handmaids. Mm-hmm. They give up, they take a week off their holidays, they go to their own expense. So we are blessed. And same with the youth, they pay their own way out. We are blessed to have so many volunteers, and Canon Donald has built, I suppose, a very strong network over the years. And I would hope, not so much maybe, I hope again to continue again next year. Hopefully we'll get back again. I know now nobody knows what the COVID-19 or the coronavirus, what knock-on effect it will have. But with the help of God, we'll be back and up and as strong as ever again next year.
Please God. So just a reminder again, Father Frank, it's the 19th, 20th, 21st. It's next Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Monday. So 12 noon and 4:30. They're the main times, really.
Yeah, and because the Sunday it will be linking with the
Mass in Abbeyfield.
With the Mass in Abbeyfield, and then on the Monday evening we'll be linking it with Father Chris. Normally has night prayer. I think he's bringing it forward maybe an hour. He normally has it at 9 o'clock, but he is bringing that forward to 8 to aid the closing ceremony. And these times, the reasons are these times, first of all, they kind of replicate the times that take place normally in Lourdes, but also we won't be clashing with the novena, which is taking place I think it's the same
That's
days
right. Same days,
I know. But we won't be clashing with any of the novena sessions. I think they're on I'm not sure the exact time, but they're on the morning.
8 and 10 in the morning, and then 7:15 and 9 in the evening. So you're away. Yeah.
So we won't be clashing with any of the novena sessions.
That's beautiful. Father Frank, thanks for that. I'm sure there's enough other people would love to get in contact, to be part of the family again, as you say.
Yes. So thank you very much, John, for giving me the opportunity just to promote it. And so maybe when people listening today, they might pass the word around, maybe to let other people know. And as I said, through Facebook, through the webcam, it would most importantly through the Limerick Diocesan webpage. That'll give you all the directions of where to go and how to find it.
Thanks now, Father. Bye-bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.